What is better for calculating the components of a force with the calculator, the Pol function or the Rec function? The key is that they are opposite functions. Rec requires you to have the force and the angle, and it calculates the horizontal and vertical components, unlike Pol, which requires you to have the components of the force, and it calculates the force and the angle. Let's see an example. To calculate the components of a force with the Rec function, press the Shift key and then the minus sign key. You'll see that above the subtraction key, it says Rec in gold or yellow letters. On the screen, Rec will appear. Now we write the value of the force, for example, 280. Then we need to put a comma, press Shift and then the closing parenthesis key. This will insert a comma. Now type the angle of inclination, for example, 30. Close the parenthesis and press equals. The calculator shows you the result. X is your horizontal component, for this example, 242.48, and the Y value is the vertical component, in this example, 140. On the other hand, to use the Pol function, we need the components. We will use the ones we just obtained. Press the Shift key and then the plus sign key. You'll see that above the addition key, it says Pol in gold or yellow letters. On the screen, Pol will appear. Now let's enter the components, in this example, 242.48. Then we need to put a comma, press Shift, and then the closing parenthesis key. This will insert a comma. Now write the value of the second component, in this case, 140. Close the parenthesis and press equals. The calculator shows you the result. R is your force, for this example, 280, and the angle is 30 degrees. As you can see, these are the data we used at the beginning for the Rec function,